Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Laura Zevania Florenti Edison. I am from Master of Public Health Program Halo Olo University. Student identification number G2U124075 from Class B. On this occasion, I will present the results of my journal review titled Serum Total Protein and Albumin Levels Among Malnourished Elementary Age Children as Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia. The points in this presentation consist of introduction, methods, results, discussion, and conclusion. Introduction. Global Nutrition Report of 2020 record malnutrition prevalence in children and adolescents aged 5 years old to 19 years old were 11.6 for boys and 11.6% for boys and 8.1% for girls, whereas for Asia region was 60.5 years for boys and 12.3% for girls. Furthermore, Christian and Smith report that micronutrient deficiency or malnutrition, including iron deficiency anemia and iodine anemia, tend to occur more in girls than in boys, while vitamin A deficiency has high percentage occurs in boys than in girls. This study also report percentage of boys and girls who were underweight are higher in the South Asia region than in any region in the world, with almost 60%. Southeast Asia also record the highest percentage of stunting in adolescents 5 years old to 19 years old with 12%. National Basic Health Research in 2018 report proportion of children aged 5 to 12 years classified by BMI for age were 13 2.4, teen 6.8, while among gender were 2.8 13, 7.3 teen for boys and 2.0 13, 6.2 teen for girls. As Nusa Tenggara was the province with the highest proportion of undernutrition children aged 5 years old to 12 years old, 4.6 very teen and 13.9 teen. Risk factor of malnutrition concluded by the study on school adolescents in Northwest Ethiopia was male-gendered, illness lasts 2 weeks and more than 5 family members. As Nusa Tenggara is known as a province that has become the Indonesia barn of children with stunting, or a form of malnutrition, and even the Indonesian president is giving special attention to this province to lower case numbers. Unlike children under 5 years who accepted special attention for malnutrition, especially in Indonesia, unfortunately there are fewer data and programs implemented for elementary school age children. Malnutrition among children aged 5 years to 19 years was associated with a higher potential of infectious disease, delayed malnutrition, low muscular strength, reduced work capacity, and a higher risk of osteoporosis. In addition to the anthropometric measurement for classifying the children's nutritional status, laboratory examinations were also valuable for monitoring child development, especially regarding nutrient intake and adequacy. The nutritional status of children's parameters is serum total protein and albumin. Low levels of these two parameters, also known as hypoproteinemia and hypoalbuminemia, more likely found in malnourished children. A study conducted in Syria among malnourished children aged 6 to 59 months in 2018 found the serum total protein and albumin were significantly lower in malnourished than in well-nourished children. Another study confirmed that the total protein and serum albumin are recommended as useful indicators of the nutritional status of malnourished children. These two parameters are good markers of protein energy malnutrition. Serum total protein and albumin EZ are promising for the early detection of malnutrition and better prognosis. This will help all stakeholders involved in the malnutrition prevention program could take one step forward in battling malnutrition. Therefore, this study aimed to determine the level of serum total protein and albumin among malnourished elementary age children in Oilomin Dekameses Subdistrict Kupang District, Indonesia. Methods. This was an analytical descriptive study using a case control design to determine the difference in mean serum total protein and serum albumin between malnourished and well-nourished children. This study was conducted from April to July 2022 at Tunfui 2 Public Elementary School in Oilomin Village, Dekameses Subdistrict, Kupang District as Nusa Tenggara. Samples. Purposive sampling was used to select 90 children between the age 6 to 2 years old who were divided into two groups, 45 children as the case group and 45 children as the control group, while the criteria of case group were children aged 6 years old to 12 years old. Discussion. Adequacy of protein intake was critical in school-age children, considering this population needed a large amount of protein to support their growth. Malnutrition in children can be caused by low intake of nutritious food, the presence of infection, and the problem with absorbing nutrition from food. This study found a significant difference in serum total protein and albumin between malnourished children and well-nourished children. This study was in line with other studies with the same conclusion. If the need for protein is not met for a long period, this will lead to protein synthesis disturbance that results in the total protein and albumin being found to be lower than the reference values. Therefore, low levels of total protein and albumin in serum can cause many alterations and harmful effects on children's growth and have a destructive impact in the future of a nation because children are their future generation. This study also described that among malnourished children, there are factors including low education of both father and mother that may affect their knowledge of nutrition food for their children. Occupation. As a farmer who did not earn stable income per month for providing the nutrition food, this result was similar to other studies that states that there is a correlation between parents' knowledge and income to the malnutrition status on children. Conclusion. The serum total protein and albumin levels were significantly lower in malnourished children than in well-nourished children. It's recommended that future studies to estimate the protein intake also detect infection or any disease that could affect protein absorption in malnourished children. A prediction study of malnutrition in school-age children is also needed, so the stakeholder can take preventive or controlling action to tackle the problem in the field. That's the end of my presentation. I apologize for any shortcomings. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.